Coming up on this episode of The Village Idiom.
I have the eyes of a hawk, the heart of a lion, the ears of a fox, and a lifetime ban from the zoo.
Dum dum da da, Village Idiom.
Hello and welcome to the Village Idiom.
We are I was about to say we are a Village Idiom.
We are.
Words out of my mouth hole.
And every single week we take a popular saying, we take an admittedly shallow, hopefully comedic, once in a while interesting, and if we're just lucky, might end up being educational. But mostly we use it to hang our otherwise directionless conversation on. My name is Jurassic Mark.
Words out my mouth hole.
And you are...
I'm Skinny.
And between us.
With us today.
The Alpha Gecko.
He's back by popular demand between two slices of white bread.
Absolutely. This is, we have a wife beater theme on today.
That makes it sound like it's a tank top.
Yeah, what are these? Are undershirts? Yours is like brand new. Yours is gleaming like you just got out of heaven.
Mine still has creases.
Mine's dingy, like I've used it more than once. And not washed it after I've gone golfing. Sweating.
For a year.
Awesome. Glad you could join us, man.
I'm happy to be here. I'm so excited.
It's one of those things where when you have guests you love, illegitimate children that you love, it makes it's a pleasure. Your presence is being here is a great thing for us.
Totally. And also, we should probably admit that the reason we chose this specific episode to have you back on is today's idiom was actually suggested by you. So we're incredibly grateful for that. And we're going to jump right into what today's idiom is and listen carefully.
I was going to say, if you could find this in English, anything.
Yeah.
I know some of our previous ones, there's like tons, but this one has very ethnic qualities to it that I'm like, you're never going to find this.
Oh, really? How about this?
Oh, hi.
Oh, it's out there, baby.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's very, very popular saying, just not in Canada.
No. This is like we said a couple weeks ago. We were like, yeah, we use. What were we doing a couple weeks ago? No dice. Mm-hmm. Was that 3 weeks ago? But we're like, yeah, we use that one every day. This one,
never.
I've never used it,
but it's excellent.
I had never heard of it until you brought it up, and I don't know if you know much about it or where it came from, or
not really.
Can probably before we even get into origins, I think we can agree that it comes from Japan, clearly.
Yeah. Hey. Which got me peeking around briefly on other Japanese ones, and this is just screamed Japan. So I had to tell you guys. Okay, here we go. Better to wash an old kimono than borrow a new one. Hi.
Is this about your white t-shirt again?
No, it's not. It's actually an idiom. Oh. It's a Japanese idiom. Better to wash an old kimono than have a new one.
Well, that's true.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
Whatever.
But what does it mean?
Doesn't matter. It's Japanese.
Did you have any more? You have another one?
Well, there were like 6 or 7, but I thought one would.
I think there's only 6 proverbs from Japan.
Yeah, that's probably it.
Yeah, sounds about right.
They've whittled it down.
So before we get into even what it means, we haven't even translated it yet, but where did you hear this?
So
have we even said it in English yet?
No, we haven't translated. We're just leaving it like that's the idiom.
That's it. Do
you want to hear it again?
Yes.
Just in case people have already forgotten, it's this.
That
was a little slower. Have you ever noticed in Google Translate that if you click it once, it's... And if you click it again, Google assumes you're an idiot, so says... That's funny. So we won't translate it yet, but where did you hear this?
If you do it a third time, it just says it again louder.
In English.
It just translates to English immediately. Okay, so... one of the first times I was on the podcast, it was like episode maybe like 86 or something, because it was 86 in it, and I remember that one.
Oh, okay.
But the first time I was on here, we went over how I am a weeb, and when I said that the first time, you were confused because your like in-laws are their last name is weeb, right? Yeah. So I was talking about how I'm a weeaboo, or like I like Japanese culture. So I read manga or essentially Japanese comics.
Okay.
So I read those like a lot, like on my break at work or whatever. Since because I don't have good like internet, I won't like watch the show. I'll read it instead. So I was just reading this new one. I was like, oh, this new like this author of one that I had already been reading is doing a new one because their other one ended. Awesome. I'm gonna read it. And then this just came up. Like literally the main character's in his room. He's like, oh man, I didn't say anything cool to that bully. Maybe I'll say a cool idiom like this idiom.
Well, spill it out, man.
Go ahead
What
and say it.
idiom?
A skilled hawk hides its talons.
It's a good one.
Skilled hawk hides its talons. So if we had clicked on Google Translate one more time,
A talented hawk hides its claws.
so similar.
Yeah, pretty much.
So a skilled hawk hides its talons. So
That's what one of the things I appreciate about the hawk is it's a very talented bird. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's talons.
Oh, I see.
So
Talented.
in the I don't know if you remember if this is going back too far, but in the usage of what you read, because you might have looked it up, but did you know what it meant by how he used it in the manga you were reading?
No, not really. I mean, I could kind of get out of it based off of what it was, but it wasn't really used in context. It was just kind of like, oh, I should have said something witty like this. Like it wasn't even like, oh, this guy's an idiot, so
like
I'm gonna like outsmart him. It was just
the
like
art of
I
war.
didn't say anything. Yeah,
I
Yeah,
see.
I'm going to say some Art of War stuff. Some Sunsetsu.
yeah,
Right.
I'm going to Kung Fu or whatever Japanese people do.
Right. Sushi.
That's what they do.
Okay, cool. Well, and then how quickly after you read that did you text me?
As soon as I finished the chapter,
Did you?
I was like, maybe he wants to do a Japanese one. I don't know.
I was like, great. Immediately pen to paper the second you sent it. I texted Skinny. We're like, we're doing this one we have never heard of and don't know what it means.
And so I have a whole little segment prepared for you both.
Okay.
To work. So the gist of the meaning of the thing is like the not revealing your skills like too quickly. Like you don't want to hang out your most beneficial assets out there too quickly. You know, you're hiding your talons. You know, the skilled hawk, you know, keeps it all retracted before it's strike time. And so I was thinking of like ways in which my experiences have would apply to this. And so something that I'm pretty decent at, I played it a couple of times, is foosball. And so when people, I come across someone who at a foosball table, we're at a pub and there's a foosball table and it's like, oh, have you ever played this? I'm like, oh man, I've seen this game. You know, like, you know, how do you play? And you just, you sandbag them.
You're talking about hustling right now.
The skilled hawk hides its talons. And so because it's something that I'm just like I've gone to like world championships and I've really like
I was just gonna say we're underplaying your knowledge of the game, not knowledge of the game, your skill in the game, because you were
a younger version of myself was great at it.
like actually world champions.
Yeah,
right?
I came top 64 in the world in like the 80s. So if that means anything,
That's
if you were born past the 80s, there you go.
Which is like top 20 in the nows
Well, yeah, people
clearly.
of my age who
of your age.
well, you practice every day, right?
who could wheel up to the table.
Yeah.
So the way that I thought it'd be good. So I was thinking it would be fun to maybe if I threw out some phrases from anime type shows. I'm not sure. Do you guys watch like anime at all? So you're already screwing it up.
Well,
You're already screwing it. So have you guys like? Do you guys watch really like anime at all?
Say it again. Anime?
And so your response is going to be
No.
no, of course I haven't. Not at all ever. What is anime?
that's the one.
So you're hiding your talents.
Yeah.
so you can
Right.
Okay, so I know.
Gotta get in the mindset.
Alpha Gecko is hiding the skills here, so you got to tell me if you happen to know either what show it's from or the character of what show it's from. I know neither of you guys really don't follow much anime stuff at all.
Yeah, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Okay, so this will be pretty
Yeah.
fresh for both of you.
It's kind of like K-pop, right?
Actually, not at all.
It's like K-pop, I think, kind of.
Exactly. Okay, if you can either name the character or from what show. These are lines, like just random lines. So maybe you know, maybe you don't. If you don't like your destiny, don't accept it. Instead, have the courage to change it the way you want it to be.
Classroom of the Elite.
Let's go with Naruto.
You nailed it. It's
I
from
did?
Naruto.
Yes, let's go. I was like, what show goes like, oh, you're destined to blah blah blah. I was like, Naruto, maybe.
Wow.
So, that's just a random line out of a show. It's crazy that because you don't know much about anime that you would nail that.
Yeah.
Okay.
What even is Naruto? I don't know.
Exactly. Just words that just float out of my mouth hole. That's what I'm saying. Okay. I'll leave tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's me. I'll leave tomorrow's problems to tomorrow's me.
I'll go with Full Metal Alchemist. You could say anything. I have 3 or 4 titles of anime that I even am aware of.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna go with the full bait and switch. I'm going with Classroom of the Elite now.
Okay, this one is from One Punch Man.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I wouldn't expect you guys who don't know anything about it to get it.
What's
Okay.
One Piece? Is there a second piece somewhere?
He's one punch. Okay.
One Piece man.
A dropout will beat a genius through hard work.
Death Note.
There's so many that could be this, where the main character is just really bad. Oh no.
Said by Rock Lee.
Oh, so
Broccoli?
it's said by like Carrot Man. It's got to be Carrot Man, right? Yeah.
We're back in Naruto stuff.
Ah, got him.
Carrot Man is in Naruto? Oh.
I was just going off the broccoli bit.
Oh. I'm like, what? I believed you.
Okay. 2 more. Power comes in response to a need, not a desire. You have to create that need.
I got this one.
Okay, go for it.
Karate Kid.
Very close.
I'm going with One Punch Man.
The character's name is Goku.
Oh, it's XYZ or something, right?
Yes, it is actually.
Yeah.
Dragon Ball Z. Okay, final one. For those of you anime fans, you might be able to jump in. People's lives don't end when they die. It ends when they lose faith.
Oh, this is a trick question. This is SpongeBob.
I really want to just say Bleach because that's my favorite.
Character
but-
is Atichi Uchiha.
Naruto again.
We're back into Naruto.
He went for the
Wow.
3-piece. Okay.
Wow,
Okay.
I'm pretty impressed for someone who doesn't know anything about it.
Yeah.
That's why the skilled hawk does not show its talons. And that ends the segment.
Amazing. Well,
I was impressed that you're able to pull.
so
at
the
least
only reason
60% of the time lines out of.
I didn't get any right, but the only reason I pulled up Death Note, Class of the Elite, and
I wasn't sure if that was real.
and Full Metal
Is
Alchemist.
that real?
Yeah.
Those are all real ones.
Okay. Have you seen them at the shop or something?
No, I've never seen anything. But today, earlier today, prepping for this podcast,
Okay.
just anime titles came
Yeah.
across my screen. So it was just like literally going through the Rolodex. If we had done this an hour later, I probably wouldn't have remembered those three.
It's still in your short-term memory.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. So
I mean, hey, if you like detective thriller-esque things, Death Note's pretty good. I would recommend it. But
there you go.
Yeah, I don't watch anime at all.
I attempted to watch Full Metal Alchemist. This is years ago, and it just never grabbed me. A friend of mine was into it, and I'm like, I'll check it out. And I was like, get the gist of it, but no. But
yeah.
I suppose it's one of those things that it's an acquired taste, and
Yeah.
so you stick with it. Suddenly, you're addicted.
Yeah, I mean the like, it's basically like just Japanese cartoons is anime, right? So like it's just kind of like you find the like if you're like, oh yeah, I'll watch an animated cartoon, you got to find the right like genre of whatever to watch. So like if you're not into like detective stuff, you probably wouldn't like Death Note.
See, for me, it wasn't the storyline at all. I loved it.
Okay.
And probably it's the Warner Brothers Don Bluth in me. I just can't stand the animation.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Yeah.
And
fair enough.
so I'm just like it's 2022. You can't clean up this animation.
Well, to be
But
fair,
I realize it's a style.
yeah.
But I just can't get over the fact that it could look better.
Oh well, it depends. Also, it could be like if you're watching like the original Full Metal Alchemist, it might be like it's probably a lot older because like
Right.
there's a new like I don't think it's quite a reboot, but there's like a
It's
sequel.
Fuller Metal.
It's
the
full,
new one.
Yeah, Fuller Metal Alchemist.
I was also surprised to find out that anime can get quite adult.
Oh, absolutely. There's like
It's
literally
like,
like you
My
think
virgin eyes.
yeah, you think TV shows like there's like all sorts of genres and like stuff where how do I put this? The author likes to give their audience a what do they call it? Oh my goodness. It's like almost like audience appreciation kind of thing. So there's like a chapter where it's just like, "Hey, let's go to the beach for no reason."
Oh yeah.
And stuff like that.
Little
But like
Baywatch situation.
yeah, but like
Is
in
this
the
anime in slow mo?
yeah, seriously. But it's kind of like usually that's just in the manga, not in the actual anime. Sometimes they do that, but usually it's more of like if you watch One Piece, there's a lot of audience appreciation, we'll say that much. But some of them it's kind of more of like Death Note. It's like literally just a detective thriller thing. So there's not like, oh hey,
I think it's
that
just a friendly reminder.
yeah, it's not like oh that character's like really attractive. Let's milk that for all it's worth. It's like, oh hey, this guy's in jail because he did a bad thing. Let's find out why and how and all of that. So
I think it's actually to remind people who enjoy anime that there's other things out in life like girls.
that's a very needed reminder. Yeah, I need that reminder sometimes. It's 3 a.m. Crap. Oh my gosh, I gotta go to bed.
Oh my goodness.
Well, what do you think?
I did come across a completely side something different before we head into the origins. It was looking up birds, tongue twister bird things.
Of course you were. Like, how did you Google that? I was up. I decided to
It was
look
just-
up tongue twister bird
You
things.
see one thing goes to another, and so it was the 5 times fast Chicago Black Hawk.
Chicago. Oh no.
Yep. Okay, let's get into
Oh,
origins.
I didn't even need to finish it.
Said some words, where'd they go? Where'd they go? No one can know. I turned around and looked behind. Those words came from another mind. Origin.
Well, let's start this segment by me asking you a question. When you were giving your foosball story, and you said you kind of gave a definition of how this Japanese proverb is used, and keeping your skills and keeping it to yourself so that you can, like a hawk keeps them withdrawn until the attack. Mm-hmm. Did you look up the meaning, or you heard the phrase and you assumed what it meant?
Just assuming.
Okay, because you're incorrect.
Great.
Ooh,
Yeah.
perfect.
So that's, again, how I read it. Like, it seems like a pretty on the nose. It hides its talons.
Yeah.
In order to sneak up.
Right. But that makes sense that it's then not an idiom, if it's just what it is.
Fair enough. Yeah. So, except when used upon your story would have made it idiomatic. But yeah. So similar. And funny enough that talons and talents is only an English coincidence when it comes to this saying. In fact, claws comes up more often than not. But it has to do the way the Japanese proverb uses it is nothing to do with surprise attack or keeping something hidden until the right moment. It's about keeping your extreme talents quiet to not be braggadocious. It's all about not bragging.
That seems actually very Japanese.
Yeah, it's all about having humility,
or-
being humble with your talents, and let your skills speak for themselves. You don't need to be out there. So when you were using foosball as an example, I'm like, oh, you must have looked it up.
It was the direct opposite.
Well, no, it ended up being the opposite. But I thought you were on the nose with it because you could have been humble. You could let them win.
I couldn't, though.
No.
No, seriously,
Ka-chow.
when you're as good as I am at it, you can't. It's not possible.
Oh, you can't hide it.
No, it's not possible. No, you can't.
You're actually not even being
No,
funny.
I can't even pull the talons back. Like, they're just out.
I've played you. I don't even think it's called playing you. I think you're playing
I've played
me.
several people.
Yeah.
Yes.
You've played me. Like, it's like, no. I didn't even know a skill existed in foosball until I saw you play.
Spitting rods.
It's like, yeah, spin him as fast
Tell
as
you
you can.
what, I'll play the both of you with one hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen you do exactly that.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So it is entirely about humility and being quiet and keeping that braggy attitude at bay is entirely its
That's what I
meaning.
meant. That's what I meant.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. However, when it comes to origins of this, the extent of the internet gives you this. It's a Japanese proverb.
Nice. Very specific. I like it.
That is the end of origins. I couldn't find out if there was a specific, Japanese wise man that said it first, or if it came from a Japanese book of proverbs, or if it came from a certain region of Japan. Nothing. And that could be the algorithms of how I search something on the internet. If I could read Japanese, I might have been able to find out more about it.
I wonder if it rhymes or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I remember when we were speaking with our Mandarin speaking friend, and their idioms were like little 4-word jobs, or like little 4 tight, like it was like haiku-y.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how their idioms weren't.
They always have a pattern.
Yes.
A rhythm.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
maybe it
that-
has that way in Japanese.
That could be the same with this, but it's all about modesty and humility and not seeming vain.
I did come across this little gem on the internet. It was a person describing their situation. They said, "I have the eyes of a hawk, the heart of a lion, the ears of a fox, and a lifetime ban from the zoo."
That's interesting.
That's great.
That's great. Yeah, so I let's see. I had a couple of conceit came up a lot. So the seems to be a Japanese trait to kind of be afraid to be perceived as conceited.
Oh, okay.
So it's like it's a very negative.
There was a
thing.
phenomenon that happened.
conceit is negative anyway. But
When Fukushima, when the reactors blew up, and however it all went, when the tsunami came in, the reactors all went sideways, and people were struggling, and radiation was leaking everywhere. And the nearby communities, true story, that people lined up to be in order to collect like food resources and water supplies and things that they needed. So it wasn't mad scramble, North America style, fend for yourself, run for your lives. When there was time to get supplies, it was orderly,
respectful of each
yeah,
other.
This person got here ahead of me, and so the line is formed, and you just wait your turn, and that's what you do. That's what happens in polite civilization, and that's Japanese.
Yeah.
That's not like North America be like, everybody for themselves. I bought 12 cases of toilet paper.
Yeah, exactly.
You can wipe your bum with a magazine. Yeah. Welcome.
Give me the
cat.
glossy pages.
Oh, I don't have anything. I guess I'll use my hand. I don't know.
A leaf. Yeah.
A leaf.
Just scoot along the
Thankfully,
grass
you don't
like a
have
dog.
talons. So the only other thing I have is the actual breakdown of the saying. So no aru, which I'm sure I'm not pronouncing right, is the have skill part. Taka is hawk. Wa, it just says subjective postpositional. Sume is the claw or talon, and kakusu is hide. So it's not in the same order as we would say it in English, but yeah.
Gets the point across. Well, that's a good one.
So thank you for the
のある
suggestion.
鷹は爪を隠す。
Thank you for the suggestion of that. That was it was fun.
Ichiban, number 1. That's what I have to say to you. Here we go. Well, we are heading into the final stretches of things.
Well,
We should probably jump in on some riddlings.
you want to? I love playing Riddlings. Let's do that. Riddling is a game we like to play. It takes a 2-part trivia-based question, takes a 2-part overlapping answer to finish it. I explained that well, right? So, for example, last week, just a simple week ago, we did the idiom "pass the buck," and this is the one we left everybody to shift the responsibility over to this comic book / radio / TV hero from the 25th century. Let's see if our young gecko knows this one.
Might be a little before his time.
It definitely is.
I mean, I want to say past the Bucky Barnes, but I feel like that's
Well, that's
incorrect.
pretty good
That's-
too.
that
That's
is pretty good.
That is pretty good. I think he was going for Pass the Buck Rogers.
That's exactly right. Pass the Buck Rogers. But that would have worked too. That would have been a good Riddle link. I would just changed the explanation. I wish I'd have thought of that, actually.
Yeah, that's a little more generational.
Pass the Buck and Buck Rogers. The correct answer is Pass the Buck Rogers. That's how you play Riddle link.
Perfect. I've got a couple.
I've got a couple. Did you bring anything today?
I also have one.
What?
But I don't know if it's very good because I thought of it kind of on the fly.
Well, we don't know if ours are very good
Well,
either.
let's let you go first.
And that's not stopped us.
Let's let you
Okay.
go first then.
Actually, maybe you go first because I need to rethink my explanation.
Okay, fair enough.
I got one.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Land of the Rising Sun, Eric Lynn Wright was part of rap group NWA.
Say it again.
Land of the Rising Sun, Eric Lynn Wright was part of rap group NWA.
Man, I know that you're going...
Land of the Rising Sun, you probably will know.
Yeah, I got that part. I got that
Okay.
part. Yeah.
Rap group NWA.
Oh.
His name is Eric
are you doing...
Lynn Wright.
So is it land, or are you talking about the whole culture?
It's Land of the Rising Sun.
So it's not just... It is just Japan? Not Japanese?
Oh, yeah. Right.
Okay, so Japanese-y.
Yes.
Okay.
Japanese
Easy-y.
I went with Japan, not
Okay.
Japanese.
I just wanted to clarify, because I thought... I'm like, I can only think of a few NWA guys, but none that start with Pan.
Sorry. See? They don't have to be good.
Yeah, no, that's good. We got there.
Yeah,
Japanese-y.
Japanese-y.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, I should have done... Yeah, I should have had the word culture in there. That's right. I'm so stupid. Super cool.
Oh, that was me. Sorry about that. All right, I got one. Let's start it. This is. I don't know how difficult this is or not. Today, or unless you're ready to roll.
No, you go first. I'm
Okay.
almost ready.
Today's idiom in English is the writer of A Few Good Men and The West Wing.
Oh, man. Tell us one more time.
Today's idiom in English is the writer of A Few Good Men and The West Wing.
Oh, man. You know, the only person that ever comes to mind is the guy who in MASH. But
Alan Alda. Well, sound it out. You might actually get it.
A skilled hawk hides its talon.
Talons. Hides its talons.
Talons.
Ah, you're not going to get it. then.
Allens.
I thought the S would just tip you over. Alan Sorkin.
Oh, no, I got nothing. This is just all crap today.
Alan
We're
Sorkin.
zero. We're zeros for zero. Come on now. Alan Sorkin. That's good.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a tricky one. I knew it was going to be harder.
Of all the Allens, Alan Thicke.
Alan Thicke, Alan Alda, Alan... What's that guy? Alan... Arkin?
Alan Arkin.
Arkin?
Yes, that's another good one. Okay.
Alan
what do you
Arkansas.
got? Okay, it's your turn.
Okay, so this week's idiom is live on TV.
Okay, tell us one more time.
This week's idiom is live on TV.
It's live on TV.
A skilled hawk hides its Jimmy Talon is a talon.
It's Jimmy Talon. Is it in English or the Japanese
No, it's
version?
it's in English.
Okay.
It's in English.
A skillful hawk hides its talons. Talons.
I'll give you a hint.
America's got talons.
Take out the S.
Oh.
Take out the S and then work with
Live.
that.
Alan Funt. Alan Alda. We just went through all the Allens. Talent search or something like that. Is it talent?
That's a good one.
Live on TV.
Alan. I got nothing. Tell us what it is.
A skilled hawk hides its towel on the air.
Oh,
On air. 0 for 3.
We literally have the answer behind you here on air.
Okay, this one I can almost guarantee you will get. Okay, I'm just making that up. Single jab anime sea cow.
Sea cow?
Single jab anime sea cow.
Single jab.
One Punch Man.
Oh.
One Punch Man.
Sea cow.
Oh. Manatee. One Punch Manatee.
Yep, it's a one punch manatee.
So when you said single jab, I was in
1 punch.
I was in COVID vaccination land.
Oh,
Single jab.
single jab anime.
Well, at first I was like Dragon Ball because like they're all like super strong, but they never like one punch somebody. I was like, oh, one punch.
If only
easy,
there was
okay.
a one punch person.
Yeah,
Wait a
I was like,
minute.
wait, there's an entire show.
One Punch Manatee.
Okay.
Okay.
We're on a roll. 1 for 4.
Well, I got one last one that we're going to leave for all our...
Village Idiom children?
Yeah.
Well, you can reach out to us with your answer on Instagram at the.village.idiom or email us thevillageidiompodcast@gmail.com, or whether it's the Facebooks, the YouTubes, or the Twitters at 3 Minutes Gone.
Skinny, I want you to pay attention to how I word this.
Okay.
The original culture of today's proverb is as simple as the English alphabet.
Okay. I got it. I'm good.
The original culture of today's proverb is as single as the English alphabet.
And that is 1, 2, 3 minutes gone.
Nicely done. Oh, nicely done.
Well, it was fun putting today's episode together. Glad you brought.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, it was
Glad
fun.
you brought
Thanks
it
for having
together.
me.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was
a good
great.
time. Yeah, lots of fun. Glad you're here. Hope you enjoyed it too. It was fun putting it together. I'm Skinny,
I am Jurassic Mark, and our special guest today is...
Alpha Gecko.
and these are the Village Idioms.
That's 3 minutes gone.